it's the last day of June, okay? So it's the last day to enjoy Bleacher Report this month, saying some ridiculous crap. So they posted a new T. Higgins trade, and I decided, again, it's the last day of June, let's go ahead and entertain it. So the idea of this trade, right, would be we trade away T. Higgins on a 1-year franchise tag. In return, we get Tyler Lockett in a 4th-round pick. Now, is this the most outrageous trade? No. If you throw in Tyler Lockett in, let's say, a 2nd, potentially, I could see Cincinnati potentially entertaining this. And the reason why isn't, and I actually made a mistake in one of my videos before talking about this, and I did correct myself, but Tyler Lockett, while yes, he is obviously a great receiver, his contract is very team-friendly for us. So, in theory, if we were to go ahead and, trade this and get Tyler Lockett, all we have to pay him is his base salary, which is $4.6 million and $10 million. This 13.8, all this money is crazy money. This is a prorated signing bonus, which means it's guaranteed to be paid to him by his said respected team, which obviously is the Seattle Seahawks. So all we would have to pay him for is a 4.6 and a 10. And this is what the Seahawks would be paying him for. Now, it wouldn't be the most ridiculous trade in the world. And again, like I said, throw in a 2nd, and I'm kind of okay with the idea. The trade isn't ridiculously crazy. Now, the whole point of this trade for Bleacher Report is it's a 3-team trade. As you said, it's involving the Seahawks and the Jags. So the reason why is the Jags would then trade with the Seahawks to get T. Higgins. Because obviously the Jags, in reality-wise, doesn't really have any, receiver that we would want. So it would have to be a situation where Seattle has the guy we want. We then, in sense, trade for him. And then, so it would be that type of situation. Which, again, at the end of the day, I don't think it's the craziest idea possible. To be honest, looking at it, again, I don't think it's very likely, but you throw in a 4th, I think is a little bad. I think you throw in a 2nd or a 3rd and Tyler Lockett, we get a receiver on a 2-year deal who I don't think anywhere close to T. Higgins personally, but has the potential to at least be a top 15 receiver in the NFL, and he's going to be making really pretty much no money at all, and we have him on a 2-year contract. Then they trade away him to Jacksonville, which obviously has nothing to do with us. We don't really care. But this is not the most ridiculous trade in the world. This is probably the most reasonable offer that Bleacher Report did. Now, as it says right here, this is essentially the case when Higgins is younger, knows the program is under control for at least one more season. The problem is, though, the chances are we're not going to lock him down for a long-term contract. What this gives us is, and again, I'm playing devil's advocate here, but this gives us a 2-year receiver. Now, of course, Tyler Lockett is older, but it does give us a receiver for 2 more years, while potentially we're going to lose T. Higgins, and it also saves us, $15 million? Oh, no, $16 million to his current guaranteed contract. And also, this would be, over 2 years, only 4.66 is guaranteed. So if we walk away from all this with a 2nd-round pick plus this receiver, I don't think that's a crazy trade. And again, I think at the end of the day, it would not happen. And personally speaking, and like I said before, I see T as a top 10 receiver in the NFL. I love T. I never want to lose T. But I'm looking at this as a logical point of view where I'm not biased and I'm not you get your own receiver, right? I'm trying to look at this as a very non-biased point of view. If I'm looking at it as non-biased point of view, this is not the worst trade offer possible. And I think it could work out. But, again, I don't want to lose T. You know, at the end of the day, my final verdict is I want to keep T. I want to go win a Super Bowl with T. And I think T gives a lot of, he gives us a lot more being on our team than not being on our team. And while Tyler Lockett is great, I don't think Tyler Lockett is going to be able to replace T. Higgins. So, overall wise, again, I would never do this trade personally. But if you add in all the factors I added in, it's not a crazy trade. It really isn't. Like, again, compared to most trades that Bleacher Report will post, which is stupid and idiotic, this is not an idiotic trade on paper. And again, the whatever situation happens with Jacksonville, that's beside the point. But for just us, which with Seattle, it's not bad. Now, would Seattle do this trade? Potentially, yeah. Honestly, I don't even think that's unrealistic to say they would do the trade. They're getting themselves a young receiver who has plenty of years left. They're going to have to work out a long-term deal, but they're not paying the quarterback that much money. So they could work a long-term deal out with, T. Would T want to go there? I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, it looks like T just wants to get paid, and Seattle has the money to pay him. And Geno Smith isn't the worst quarterback of all time. It's not like he's going somewhere where it's like he's not going to be able to get paid. He's going to be able to get paid in Seattle. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think this would be that crazy. Also, he gets to play DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf, in theory, is like Jamar Chase, where he's going to take away double teams. So it's less, players overwhelming T. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Again, I don't think it's a crazy deal. I don't want us to trade away T personally, and I love T, but if we did this trade, I wouldn't be like, oh, this is the worst thing ever. This is a scam. I can't believe this. And I'd be pissed about it. I'd be upset that we lost T, but it's kind of like Joe Mixon, where it's like, it sucks, but it is what it is. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to lose T, though. So, Bleacher Report, get your own receiver. But, throw in a second, maybe a third. Call me back. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding, guys. If you throw in a first, you don't even have to call back. You can just, accept it automatically. Yeah, so anyway, guys, they doing a first. Come on now. They wouldn't do that, though. Let's not be illogical. It's the last day of June, guys, okay? Peace out.